minutes to get the channel up on a different phone so I can read your comments and not have to rock my face back and forth and come out of focus and everything like that. So we'll just chill till people show up, because it's live in 5. When I post that on the community section, that means in 5 minutes I'm going live. And I do it that way because I'm not great with schedules, and I don't want to promise to be somewhere at 8 o'clock at night and then not show up. And there is Teresa Jukowitz and Saul and Don Schultz. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And there's Aid. Hey, Aid. Nice thumbs up. Kentucky Survival 76. Evening, young lady and Pastor Joe. Ken Moreland says, tell BJ 10 and 2. Keep your hands on the wheel. Your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel. And there is Grace Akers. And that's it for right now. You are the first 7, although I see 18 on the numbers. 19, there's Lamb Keeper. Hello, Sister Kate and Pastor Fox. Hey, SK and Stu says, and just me. There you are, just me. You're on a live stream. Welcome. Teresa Jukowitz is a moderator, and so is Aid. Thank you all. And Teresa is a channel supporter, and so is a lamp keeper. So thank you for that too, ladies. Why don't we start out? There's Zup Zup. Shalom, y'all.
Zup Zup. That's a good name.
Why don't y'all tell me how your Sukkot is going? There is Ken Moreland. Hit the like button, folks, he says. And there is USMC Kanayohe. Shalom, SK PJ.
Shalom. Aloha. Aloha and mahalo.
That's right. Aloha and mahalo. Shaka brada. There is Phoebe Wyatt. Lamb-keeper says she's working during Sukkot. I think it's down there. Yeah, it's at the end of the. Want me to pick it up for you?
I got it.
You got it? Okay. You're not supposed to be working, lamb-keeper. You're supposed to take the first high holy day off. Correct? But I can't hate you because you're a good sister. So. There's Britt. Britt, welcome. I don't know that I've ever seen you on a live stream. And Kentucky Survival says, been an awesome day. Thanks for asking. And how is your day going?
Awesome. Been with the tribe all day.
Yeah, it's been yawesome.
Yawesome.
If you've been watching the videos and the Patreons, Shalom PT, you know that I've been having my health issues, and Pastor's been super busy running around. There's my ambulance.
Oh, Black Betty.
We did not do a lot of prep for it. We kind of scrambled last minute. I spent an hour and a half cleaning our temporary shelter, and we just threw everything in the truck and got up to our little area. Now, one bonus was we have a stove that works, and so I baked Italian chicken, which is really simple to do and very tasty. And I made some rice and some fried Brussels sprouts. So we had a very simple meal. And before we sat down, he and I were both like, I'm so tired. I don't think I can do the campfire tonight. I just want to go to sleep. It's just been a long day. And then brethren started showing up. We ate the meal, and all of a sudden we kind of perked up, and people started going around the campfire.
What time did we go to sleep?
We were finished talking at about 9.
Oh, really? Is that early?
Yeah.
It felt later.
But we were so tired. But that experience, just that first night, sitting around the campfire, talking to the brethren and sharing stories, really lifted my spirits. And I think it was pleasant for Pastor as well, and it started off the feast correctly. We were relaxed. We had eaten. The place we were going to lay our heads down to sleep was ready. It was clean. It was organized. And so that's what we want out of this Sukkot anyway. All right. So Stu Brennan says, sitting here in Gold Bar enjoying Cascade Mountains. And Teresa says, oh my, that sounds great. Zub says, the new tent worked well, but the air mattress didn't fit, so we improvised with blankets and sleeping bags. And amazingly, as long as you have a few comforts like pillows and sleeping bags and whatever, you'll figure it out. You'll fall asleep. And you'll also realize you can live without your, $10,000 sleep bed thing that you can adjust. That
sleep number bed or something.
Yeah, your sleep number bed, you can survive without it. Yah designed you to be able to sleep on the ground if you have to. Stu Brennan said, nice day other than wildfire smoke. Is there wildfire Pacific Northwest?
I think always.
Always. Norm is 38 Fahrenheit here now.
Hey, Norm.
Mark. Camping? I guess, Norm. It can be in your front yard if it has to be. Get your tent out and your sleeping bag. Out there with some soup. And
have a brew up.
Have a brew up and enjoy the bright moon. Last night was a full moon. Super bright. There's none of your beeswax. Yay! I'm so happy I got you all live. You are missed, brother.
Yeah, we got a lot of people here.
We got a lot of people here, but we miss you. Happy Sukkot to y'all, too. Zub says the moon was awesome. Imagine you're in Egypt and you got to go hiking through the desert. Wouldn't it be nice if the full moon was there to light your way? Oh, okay. Don says farms are burning fields in the Delta just about 15, 20 miles east of me. It's awful.
In Kansas, they burn the fields in March.
Yeah, in Kansas, the fields are burning from March to April. All right, so Norm says, full moon now, the dogs are howling. Our dogs were howling last night, but because he was blowing the shofar, they like to sing along with it.
So, Norm, in the U.S. Army, we have a phrase, a saying, my dogs are barking. And that means my feet hurt. Learned it in the infantry.
You're going to turn left, Sam.
Yeah.
All right, so 8 says, my sleeping bag cost me 50 pounds and my poncho liner cost me 5. The poncho liner is the better deal and it's very versatile.
I gave all my kids a poncho liner.
I'm sure you know that though, 8, if you have one.
There's a telemarketer from Berlin, Maine, Kansas calling me.
He's going to be sorely
I
disappointed
am
when
not
you
going
don't
to answer. I'm going to let it ring take up his time.
So how's the sound, y'all? Because I'm getting a little bit of feedback sound in here. Can you all hear okay?
Yeah, we actually used a fair amount of
Continue
gas.
straight, then use the right lane to take exit 1B to merge onto I-40 east toward Little Rock.
Major Ken says the sound is iffy. Don says the sound is fine. It's a little robotic. Teresa says it's good. I've had mine ever since 99. The best 5 pounds I ever spent.
Mr. Robot.
And then Graham's Garden says, Hag Sameach.
Use the right lane
Hag
Sameach.
to I-40 east toward
Means happy holiday. Kentucky 507 says it's 5x5. A little road noise, but good.
Well, it's not a Mercedes that we're driving in or a BMW.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn the fan down. I can try turning that off, and that might help a little bit. There's Northwest Arkansas Prepper. Hey, brother. I hope everything's going well with you.
In 4.3 miles, take exit 12 to merge onto I-49 North toward Fayetteville.
Major Ken says, hey, I'm a SIGO. SIGO. I know these
SIGO.
things. Yes, SIGO. Aid says audio is good. Aid, are you still in the country? Mrs. Hippie Hebrew says drinking homemade wine in a reenactment Civil War canvas tent.
That's cool.
That sounds like a perfect thing to do on Sukkot. And I'm trying to look for my bottle. I don't know what I did with it.
Well, you're not supposed to have an open container in the car.
It's
so
not
that's okay.
open. It's not open. I was going to show you all. I took my wild grape wine to the Sukkot extravaganza, and I shared it with several people. Your audio on your phone turned down. Let's see.
Don't worry about it. Most people said they can hear you fine. That's one person.
I'll just try turning it down one time, because that might help. Okay, I took my wild grape wine, the second ferment, so it's a bit stronger. It was a little bit more alcohol content, and I let several people try it. I'm bringing none of it back with me. I have more that I will share later on in the holiday with the brethren, and I got thumbs up from everyone who tried it. So I'm really happy about that, and I think Hippie Hebrew, there is nothing like drinking your own homemade wine, and in my case, from grapevines growing on my property that Yahweh blessed us with. It's just so spiritually fulfilling, I can't even describe it. Okay, so, Major Ken, it's because of maps and YouTube running at the same time on the phone. No doubt, but it makes it easier for me to read the comments. Teresa says, I bet it was good. Well, someone who knows more about wines than I do tasted it and said it tastes like ice wine, which is a German wine. And ice wine is normally sweeter than normal wine, and it's made from grapes that have gone through a frost. And it's smooth and buttery. That's how she described it. So I felt like, yeah, for a home brew made in a 5-gallon plastic bucket in my kitchen, I'm doing all right with Grandma Pat's
What else did
recipe.
you get to try today?
I got to try a strawberry homemade wine that someone brought,
That's not what I'm talking about.
and a very exclusive bourbon called Blanton's.
Lovely.
Very smooth Blanton's. Not really my Flavo-Flav, but very smooth. Major Ken, get some muscadine grapes. Major Ken, you are so behind the curve. The muscadines grow wild on our property. I don't have to get any grape at all. I just prune those vines and I get the harvest. All right. Norm says blackberry brew is bubbling well. Awesome. Blackberry wine, for me, it's in that oak cask. And will be open next to go. Mississippi Hebrew says, yes, it's a lilac blueberry wine from our lilac bush.
Wow.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. I'm settling in for the night with the usual drink. Kentucky Survival 76 says, Maker's Mark, neat.
I love me some Makers.
Whiskey of Champions.
I like Blanton's and the Macallan more.
So Steve Wilson, one old man in Yah, who's a channel supporter, thank you, Steve, says, I don't like wine.
I don't like it.
I'm not about it. I don't either, Steve. I'm really not much of a drinker, but I get a certain amount of pride with making a good product that comes from what Yah gave me. There is Hunter Kirk. Happy Sukkot from North Idaho. Hunter, what are you doing this Sukkot?
You're living in your own private Idaho.
Okay, Simple Time says, ice wine is my husband's favorite. I like to mix it with maple syrup and hickory flavoring and brush it over salmon and grill.
Sounds fancy schmancy.
That sounds
You need
so
to invite us
good.
to something.
That's right. Can you just 3D fax me some of that? Britt Vanry says, I'm not here often, but wanted to thank you both for inspiring me to be a better human. Aw, thank you. May Yah bless you both. Right back at you, Britt. I'd love to hear more if you want to talk about that. Four Roses single barrel on ice currently, says D-Neck. Big German prepared says, hello guys, and good to see you both. Hello, Big German. Major Ken
Großer
says,
Deutscher Mann.
Major Ken says, I like a good tawny port.
Ooh, I don't like pork.
Major Ken, are you British? Or are you just a port drinker? We don't discriminate here. Homegrown chicken headed to the barbecue, says Hunter Cook. That sounds yummy too. Stu gives a double thumbs up. Lamp keeper, I'm praying we finally get in our cabin next year. I have so many things I want to do, like make wine, and don't have the room to do anything. Yeah, it's easy to get too busy and projects that have to be put on hold, and it's not a whole lot of fun, so I'm simpatico. Major Ken, retired Army guy who spent a lot of time in Deutschland. Ja, ich spreche Deutsch ein bisschen. Und meine Liebling auch. Well, welcome aboard, Major Ken. Big German said, I'm literally a Viking. I bet your last name ends in...
Son or sen.
Do the men ever end? It's not daughter. Yeah,
No, it's either son or daughter.
yeah,
Annie Thor's daughter.
right. And
Thor's
Bjornsson,
daughter.
Thorson, Magnuson.
Olafson.
Stu says, "Whoa." So this Sukkot pastor said he doesn't want to do anything. Doesn't want to have like events. Doesn't want to have to commit to a lot. And after the past couple of weeks, I started to agree.
I want to sit around my fire, drink my coffee until about 3, and then start on a mild adult beverage. That's all I want to do.
Right? And normally that would bore me.
Read the word, discuss it.
Normally that would bore me to tears, but this year, after the week we've had, I'm all on board.
All on board.
No Viking games, says D-Neck. Well, we will have croquet.
We are doing Viking games on 8th day.
8th day, there will be Viking games. It's just not hosted.
Yeah, not talking about it.
Yeah. We won't be hosting. But there will be croquet. There will be board games.
Risk.
Hopefully there'll
World
be
domination.
hopefully there'll be a risk game that goes for hours. And Sister Cindy and I will be doing Agricola,
Agricola.
which can go for a long time depending on how many players you have. But it's going to be a low-key Sukkot for us. Mississippi Hebrew says, my husband, Hippie Hebrew's mom, was born in Germany, and her dad was in the army. Well, German roots there. Big German said, both my parents are from Norway.
Norway.
So is your mom somebody dogged her, or is that just Iceland? Thor daughter?
Annie Thor's daughter.
That's pretty cool, Big German. We do a Norwegian exchange student when our daughter was in high school and really liked her.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She was really a nice human. How do you prepare eat your passion fruit? I had some randomly spring up this year. So D-Neck, what normally happens is when it's ripe, I go up, I grab it, I tear it open with
How
my.
can you tell when it's ripe?
Well, mine are ripe when they're kind of yellowish and they
And
fall off
wrinkly.
the vine. And yeah, they can be wrinkly. And then I tear it open with my thumbnail and I just suck the seeds out right there. Like I cannot even get it to the house. I have to eat it right away. Last year, what I did was I got enough of the ripe fruit at one time, and you actually boil it, the seeds and stuff, and get the pulp off, and then you can freeze that and use it later in like a sauce or a juice or biscotti or whatever. So hang on, we've got 2 comments. Stu Brennan, I served with the 2-2 ACR in Germany, and Big German said my dog is from Germany. This house, Big German's house, they're Norwegians, but
Meine Hund ist ein deutscher Hund.
he calls himself Big German, not Big Nordish man. Nordman.
Yeah.
Okay. NWA Prepper. Does it count? And my parents told me I was conceived in Heidelberg.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. Hippie Hebrew. Will you be on long? Gotta charge the phone. We are on approximately 1 hour. Tina. Oh, gotcha. Mine still look like limes on a vine. Yes. And I've got plenty that still look like limes. It's the occasional one that either falls off or is yellowing that is ripe. So I'm picking them when they're ripe and then I'm just eating them. And they are delicious. Okay, so, wait. Forest ghost preparedness. Shalom, Sister and PJ, have you ever harvested pawpaw fruit? I have a lot of pawpaw trees on my land here in Missouri.
Consider yourself blessed.
Yes.
I have found it wild. I haven't found any on our land yet.
My experience with pawpaw is it turns yellow and again it falls off. And when it's ripe, it tastes like banana. It's quite good. And so you have a treasure there. I have not researched like making pawpaw jam, but I'm sure you can. You can probably make pawpaw wine. It's just that I've never had multiple trees or anything. I've only gotten the pawpaws in the area from someone who gave me like 5 of them. So, yeah. That's really a blessing. Sub says pawpaws are good. Yeah, they are. They're quite tasty. So, sitting around at Sukkot talking to the brethren, one of the ideas we discussed, which was a lot of fun to think about, was starting a giraffe farm. Mississippi Hebrew says there's not much on our land because it was forced in 30 years ago and then not properly maintained. I would get some sheep and some goats on there to start manuring that bad boy and eating some stuff, and you can make it fruitful. You absolutely can.
Giraffe farm.
Yeah.
Don't give away our secrets, though. There was a lot of planning that went on in that talk.
Well, giraffes are
Clean
food, and there's a lot of meat on a giraffe. So we're going to go back to their hippie Hebrew homestead saying, speaking of Norway, did you know they have barcodes on the side of their ships?
Yeah.
Nope, didn't know that. But they are very organized, and I'm sure that has something to do with it.
They're very safety-oriented in Norway also. And they have a lot of money from North Sea oil.
NWA Prepper says pawpaws were introduced to me as Dr. Pepper fruit. That's interesting. Shalom, y'all, I gotta go, says Stu. Take care. Bye, Stu. Jesus. Welcome back, Jesus, to the channel. I have found passion fruit vine and hickory nut trees on our property and a persimmon on the ground, but I can't find the tree. Look up. The persimmon probably fell from a tree that's taller than like at your eye level, and you may have to get on a ladder or put a sheet down to harvest your persimmon, but it's a blessing to have it. The property we were just on, they just bought it, has 7 persimmon trees,
Ones.
big ones, full of fruit. Oh my gosh.
They're best after the frost.
That's right. Oh, Hebrew Homestead. That was a joke set up. It's so they can Scandinavian. Big German, prepared. Do you guys think we're heading into an apocalypse?
Yes, it's biblical.
He's going to say yes. I'm going to say I'm never willing to say an apocalypse is coming, but I am going
Well,
to
clearly
say
one is coming. You can read about it in the Word. Just when.
I am willing to say that we are on the brink of a nuclear war, and Joe Biden's only been in office 2 years. That's kind of concerning. Okay, NWA Prepper, time for a city council meeting. Thanks for the live stream and have a great
See you, brother.
Represent, brother. Teresa says, laugh out loud. Lanekeeper says maybe a male tree. I don't think it would have fruit if it were a male tree, but whatever. Kentucky Survival says I was going to say that, but PJ beat me to it. Persimmons are best after a good frost. And Norm Holland says, apocalypse coming soon.
To a town near you.
Apocalypse now.
Apocalypse soon.
Thank you guys for your input. Thank you guys for your input.
No, thank you for your input.
No, thank you, PJ, for your input.
No, thank you, MK, for your input. She's now MK, by the way.
Mama King, Mama Catherine.
The whole tribe's calling her Mama Catherine.
It's true, the whole tribe is calling me Mama. Even though some of them are my age,
They call me Dad.
they call him Dad. And then Don Schultz says, no apocalypse, not fun. No, it's not, Don. It would not be a good time. But I think Yahweh is preparing his people to be all right, no matter what happens. And the north part of the country is going to have colder, snowier weather because of the volcano that happened early in 2022. And
I don't know where I'm gonna go when the volcano blows.
That's just plain science. Volcanoes erupting massively affect weather and usually make it cooler.
Wait till New Madrid and Yellowstone and San Andreas go off nearly simultaneously.
Hey, Northwest Arkansas Prepper says, ooh, I forgot to share that Scout, my son, went first in his division at a shooting competition.
Oh, good job. Tell him congrats.
Congratulations. I once won a turkey, a ham, in a shooting competition.
At a turkey shoot. You
At
won
a
a
turkey
ham at a
shoot.
turkey shoot.
That's
I think
right.
you won a turkey too.
I may have won more than one time in different years. Okay, Hippie Hebrew Homestead says, I'm just going to call you Triple H. Anything man will throw upon this world is nothing compared to what Yah will be waging war with. And winning.
Team ya.
With Team Yah. In our Torah portion this last week, we saw how it says, be courageous. He will fight
Fear not.
for you. He will confound your enemies. So keep that in mind, believers. Kentucky Survival 76 says, my thoughts on an apocalypse, live, love, and pray. What happens will happen. Just be ready. That's kind of funny. Red Pepper. Oh, and a channel supporter. Thank you, Red Pepper. Appreciate it. I need to upload some dang stories.
Chili Robo.
And I keep forgetting. Good afternoon from formerly Oregon Berry, now Red Pepper in northern Idaho. Have a great week. You too, brother. Are you doing Sukkot? Triple H says, brother, Don Schultz, New Madrid is my concern. San Andreas is like a hurricane. Sad for those involved, but not likely to disturb us. Oh, I see what you're saying. San Andreas is no threat to you. New Madrid is more so. Big German Prepared says, do you guys have the ability to grow vegetables in the winter? That would be a yes. And we have that greenhouse, which as soon as those passion fruits are ripe, we will put that plastic back on and get to work on kale. I've got 6 new baby Brussels sprouts plants to plant in there, and probably will plant some cabbage in there.
Oh, my ears just popped.
Mine too. Wow. Hunter Kirk's happy. Hey, Red Pepper, welcome home.
It's God's country up there, northern Idaho. That's God's country. There's a lot of good people there.
A lot of good people there. Triple H says, on what Miss Hippie said, yes, we think our land was logged closer to about 45 to 50 years ago and never followed up with management. We have goats and sheep now, American black belly sheep. They're going to do a lot of good in pruning and chewing and taking care of getting the trees into their dormant state, and so they'll grow better in the spring. And if you can get some rabbits and start throwing the rabbit manure around. I've also done really well with throwing out black plastic to kill weeds down in areas I don't want weeds in. You guys being there will make that land fruitful. All right, Don Schultz. I've grown kale all winter in Arkansas. It grows up through the snow, right? And if you're in a cold area, make a greenhouse. Get a covered gardening area. Watch Sustainable Stewards. She's very, very fruitful. All right, time out for 30 seconds. We're being transported. Is time standing still? La 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 la. Okay, we're back. There is Palmetto Paratrooper. Shalom, fam. Shalom, fam, man. What you guys doing for Sukkot?
What you doing for Sukkot?
Waiting for him to answer. Triple H says PJ just activated the flux capacitor.
You
Pitched
should
in
see
the
it when we
yard.
transport over like 50 miles. It's a pretty cool technique.
On a different highway. It says pitched in the yard. Well, I hope we get to see you. People got to taste my wine today. Do you have persimmon trees where you are, PP?
I don't think so. I don't think they grow there.
He moved, didn't he? I tend to like Australian Shepherds for a homestead. They're very smart enough to actually help out a little bit. They got a good bark, and they're very, very smart. The first thing that Hippie Hebrew Homestead built was an area for the animals and a greenhouse. Very wise. Persimmons grow from South Georgia north. I believe I read there's 126 wild varieties. I believe I read there's 126 wild varieties of passion fruit all over the continental U.S. So chances are fruit all over the continental U.S. So chances are. Oh, you're right. You're talking about persimmons. Yeah, I switched it over to passion fruit. I don't know that much about persimmons. We have some. I like them. They make delicious biscotti. So our Sukkot, do you have stuff to upload pertaining to it?
Just a really small clip for some of my patrons.
Bye, Teresa. Thanks for being there. I always forget at Sukkot to take any film because I'm too excited to interact with all the people there. I will very much try to get some video, but it's almost like adult time. You sit around, you talk, you discuss the word, you share stories. Mrs. Lovely Debley is here. I got to hug her and talk to her today. And I always love seeing my sister. It was wonderful. We will talk more on Thursday too. Yes, we will. And there's Brother Tim. Shalom. He's probably not going to want to talk about himself at all. But if you wanted to say how things are going for you, we're interested. So it's kind of like adult time. Sitting around, drinking something. Right now, what am I drinking? Some brother very kindly gave me this super cool Celsius.
Why are you driving slow in the fast lane?
Live Fit drink. It's got the no high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors. It's a sparkling cola, essential energy, accelerates metabolism, burns body. Tim says every day is a great day under Yahweh's blessing.
Hallelujah.
Well, that's absolutely true, Tim. And we've been noticing that and talking about those things just today.
For the first time ever.
And also comparing notes on how many of us have been hospitalized, needed procedures. One guy was there with his foot boot.
I had that little scooter car.
That little scooter to pedal around on. It's like, woo! The Holy Spirit put us all in a sling this time around, but we're still good.
I was talking to a bunch of people. Do you know most of us started out here in camper trailers? Most of us started living out here in camper trailers. And when I say most, we don't give numbers, but it's a lot of people.
A high percentage of us, and I feel like that might have been Yahweh testing us, humbling us, and pressing us, because once you've done that,
everything else is gravy.
Everything else is gravy. I actually took a shower today, like a real shower.
First time in months.
First time in months, not outdoors in the front yard, but like in an actual booth with warm water.
Where'd you do that?
In our trailer, I heated the water up on the pots and I put it in a bin and I scooped it over myself.
Yeah, it still wasn't a shower. It was still a baby bath.
Yeah, but it was wonderful. It was just nice to be that clean and have that warm water. And
so see, here's difference in thinking. She poured warm water over herself with a solo cup and thought that was awesome.
Okay, so Nicole Marie says, Happy Feast of Sukkot! Happy Feast to you, sister! Some brothers went riding through our area today on motorcycles. And
dirt bikes.
And somebody else was kind of giving guff on near me. And I said, no, man, it's a parade. Put a willow branch and a palm frond in their hand and let them rejoice and praise Yah.
It's the reconnaissance element. Move out.
Triple H says, we have Belgian Malinois, but they are really good for guarding. Not much else. Haha. Yeah, see.
They're actually shepherd dogs, though.
They are, but they're so high energy. And
you have to work with them every day.
There's a lot of Instagram posts showing like they're like little land sharks. They're just barking and snapping their teeth at everything and chewing everything up. They'd be too high energy for me.
Too high maintenance.
The Ridgebacks are lazy and happy to sleep a good 16 hours a day, and then they're on, alerting us to things, and then they're sleeping. And that's our speed right now. Triple H says, now you have me considering an Australian Shepherd.
They're not man stoppers.
They are not man stoppers alone. If you had more than one, possibly. But they will bark and they will bite strangers. Ask me how I know.
Anatolian Shepherds will bark and bite strangers.
And other people, sometimes you don't want them to bite. So you gotta be careful.
They're awesome.
They are awesome dogs, but you cannot hold an Anatolian and be a first-time dog owner.
No, that's true. You don't want an Anatolian if you're not well-versed with working with large, aggressive dogs.
And establishing yourself as the alpha and training the snot out of them as well. Yeah, no, that's true.
It's all very true. Don't go buy an Anatolian if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Same thing with a Ridgeback, right, frankly.
Yeah, Ridgebacks are so stubborn. But the Australians are not like that.
No, they're very easy to train.
They're easy to train, and the only thing that might be a drawback for some people is they do have a lot of hair. It looks like a small collie, and they're going to shed that. So if they're indoor, you're going to have to deal with that. But please give them a look. I really like them. And Palmetto Paratrooper brought up my other favorite dog. Australian cattle dogs.
Some good dogs.
The blue heelers are smart.
I would really like
Loyal.
100 pounds proportionally Australian cattle dog.
Great companion dogs. Just
Yeah.
love the snot out of
Those
those
are good
guys. All right, Lamp Keeper, EcoTemp Instant Propane Hot Water Heater. You're welcome. We do have a few instant hot water heater thingies that run on propane and so on. I just didn't feel like messing with them at that time.
Well, Jay Johns also gave us a hot water propane on-demand heater. We just need to hook it up.
We
One
can
of these
invite-
days.
We can invite him out and he'll do it for us. He hooked one up for Misty. They have
Oh,
a
did he?
sink outside with one of those attached.
Interesting.
For this,
We'll get
this
our
event.
water system hooked up and all that.
They can help us do that too. Anyway, Shelley, thank you both so much for leading me to Yahweh. I was baptized in July, fully immersed in a lake, and the pastor was surprised. I asked him to use the Hebrew names. May Yah bless your drive. Hallelujah, Shelley. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the family. That's awesome. I'm so glad it's fulfilling for you. Nicole Marie, simplicity and living off the land make you grateful for the blessings of Yahuwah. It's true. And he brings them. He brings them.
Yeah.
The persimmons that we found this year, awesome.
Tell them about the huckleberries.
So we went down to check out our persimmons, not expecting to see a single fruit on there because the deer always get them. There was fruit. I bagged up some of the fruit. We were able to eat some. There's more down
We
there.
stood the trees back up.
Stood the trees back up, really trying to work on helping our persimmons make it. And while we were down there, we looked around, and Pastor noticed these bushes that I've been noticing on our property for years and saying, wow, those look a lot like a blueberry bush. But I always checked them in June and July and never saw fruit. Well, they're huckleberries. They're wild
We
huckleberries.
had another brother I guess he knows a lot. And I said, come here, look at this plant because it's got like a blueberry on it, and it tastes pretty good. And but it's not a blueberry. And he came and he said, oh, this is huckleberries.
Right? And they were ripe in October. So that's why I never saw them. But we know, I knew, many places on our property with groves of these things.
So we found a lot the next day.
We found some right across the road from the original one, like 30 or 40 plants. And then another whole grove in another part of the property that still had a little bit of fruit on it.
Yeah, the Father keeps giving us like free food.
Right? I mean, we went from noticing acorns to like now 10 or 11 different fruit bearing, nut bearing trees on our property, and it's all Yahweh. We didn't know any of this stuff when we bought it, we just bought it. So, do you guys have Doc Makey berries? I've never heard of that. Big German prepared. Can we get a big hoorah for Joe Biden? How about we give you a let's go, Brandon? Oh, and he had a laughing face. Okay, so let me go back because there's another comment. Triple is one is half husky though, and Ridgebacks, man, they're cool, but yes, their paw will break before you can take them with you. I'll stick with my pit bulls. They have a bad name, but are loyal, says Kentucky 76, and they'll keep people away, that's for sure. We had an on-demand propane heater like that, but Hoops left it outside during the winter. Break that puppy out. We used an IBC tote and a 12-volt pump to run our shower when we lived in a tent. Palmetto says, I made peach wine, cherry wine, and blueberry wine. Wow, that's awesome. I make blackberry and wild grape. Triple H says, we were hoping for juniper berries.
It's time to end the.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Time's up, y'all. I wish I could answer all your comments and keep going, but we've got to get offline now. So I appreciate all of y'all. Maybe even I'll fit in another live stream during Sukkot. I hope you all have a blessed Sukkot, and I totally appreciate you for coming in. So shalom, 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 you guys. Shalom. Got to go. All right.
Make sure